Welcome back to another video. This is Cloud. The Battlefield 6 beta is over. The game is out. I have a couple of pet peeves, I have a couple of issues, and I also have a couple of praises too for the game itself. So I kind of want to talk about that today. Season 1 is not out yet. That will be coming on, I believe, October 28th. So I kind of wanted to talk about a couple of those things today. So it's going to be a relatively shorter video. I'm going to try to, keep it short because I have some other stuff I need to do today and this week. This video probably will be out tomorrow or the day after of this recording. So a lot of editing I need to do. And also make sure to subscribe and like and comment. This also helps me and motivate me further to keep pushing out some videos for you guys and to also just keep giving you guys content. Now, the sniper rifle damage is just very inconsistent. I'm going to put up on the screen here too. I went to the firing range to kind of get some clips of this because in pubs, it's just not, I'm not sitting there for hours to get this one single clip that happens. And you could also see it a lot more clearer too within the firing range. But as you can see, I'm hitting these, the targets. I'm showing you when I hit them in the neck and all that for like 80, and I'm showing you when I hit them in the head for 100. But at the last target, I think it's the 5th target, I'm shooting in the head. It's clearly in the head, right? You can see there are times I hit it for 100, but you can see on this specific point here, I hit it for 97. Now tell me this, right? Where else am I hitting up that high if the neck only does 80 at close range and on those other targets at medium to longer range, right? And where am I hitting? And where am I hitting? It ain't the chest. Clearly, I'm not aiming at the chest. So how am I hitting someone in the head for 97 damage in the head when it's supposed to do 100? There has been times too where I've hit for 96 too as well. I don't have clips of that specifically, but I did get the one for 97, which again is bullshit and it should be hitting. Which I also feel like that the sniper insta-kill, like the one shot, one kill for the sniper should also affect the neck and upper sternum, the sternum and above. It's more logical because now think about it, right? The people are saying, oh, it's supposed to be realistic. It's supposed to be realistic. Only for shotguns, apparently, because they don't want snipers to be realistic at all. Because I'm going to tell you, Charlie Kirk was shot by a Mauser Model 98 30-06 caliber bolt action rifle. I don't see that motherfucker asking for a revive now, do I? I don't see him asking for a fucking revive. Clearly, it's not realistic to survive a 7.62 NATO round, which I'm going to put up on the screen here. Both of these bullets on the screen. You taking either one of these in the neck, you're fucking gone. I'm sorry. Oh, you think you'll live? All right, let me shoot you with one. Let's see how that goes. It's not, you're not surviving that, bro. You're not. You got to be fucking delusional. You ain't Goku. The fuck? You ain't Luffy. The fuck you think this is? Some fucking anime where you're the fucking MC? And listen, man, I'm not gonna lie, okay? You got people saying that, oh, shotgun should be realistic. It's realism, it's realism. But the minute I bring up, all right, what about snipers? They go quiet. They go dead fucking quiet. Because you know why? Because they're not fucking realistic. It's only good when it benefits the loser doing some bullshit like that. And I hate shotguns, but you know what? It's Battlefield, it's whatever, it's fine. But the people standing up for the shotguns don't want snipers to be realistic because they're gonna get domed. But what about the other people who get fucking sprayed by a shotgun? It only is okay when it benefits them, and that's the fucking problem. I stand up for what's right. Fuck what benefits me. Fuck what benefits me. I stand up for what is right, and that's all I do. Snipers should not be that fucking weak. They're weak. Granted, 45 new guns are coming into the game. Yeah, and I guarantee they're going to add some other snipers in there, but still, the base snipers we have are useless. Why would you make a gun so useless that no one would want to use it? Then don't even add it to the game at that point. Don't even add it. It's like Call of Duty, where people are fucking running around with the meta. What's the point of all the other guns if everyone's using one weapon or two weapons? What's the point? What's the fucking point? No one's even using anything else you're adding, so why add it? Why take up all that extra space and add all that extra shit for no one to want to use? Why? That's like ordering a BLT but telling them to leave everything on it, but when you receive it, you take everything off yourself. And you just want the fucking bacon. Like, what's the point? It's like people who buy a game to play one game mode. Like, what are you... the fuck are you doing, dude? Like, oh my god. Jesus fuck. It's like they go to a buffet and they'll fucking have one thing on the fucking menu. Like, just all that food there, and you want one fucking thing? I get if you're, like, allergic or you don't like certain things that you've had it before, but if there's other things that you do kind of like, and you don't mind, you know, it's there, and it complements what you're eating, have it with it. What the fuck? You must be a boring-ass fucking person, dude. Like, what? You know what? At the end of the day, I do these commentaries because I enjoy it, and I like putting my thoughts out there, finding other people that have that same head as I do, that actually agree with what I say, and that also informing other people that, you know, there are other people out here too that agree with them, and that also think the same thing. I do these commentaries because, not to mention, like, I like talking about these types of things. I like discussing these things with people. I also like trying to put my opinion out there. That's the whole point of a commentary, is to kind of put your own thoughts out there on something. You know what I'm saying? But then there's a point where these things should be basic common sense. And apparently common sense is like deodorant, and people who need it never fucking use it. And it's just insane to me. It is just fucking insane. And I also want to say that I also did get some feedback from the Battlefield community. I did go into their Discord, into channels. I obviously asked if I could record them. They gave me the okay. So I'm gonna put up on the screen a little bit here of what they were saying. A lot of them did agree with me, some didn't, but a majority did agree with what I was saying. So I will put that up on the screen here for you. All right, so Red Ranger, right? So what's your thoughts on the sniping? Should the snipers should be doing sternum and above one shot, or should they compensate and add scopes at lower levels so you can actually see what you're aiming at, considering the fact that a 6x is not enough?
I feel like they should do both.
They should do both.
Yeah, I feel like they should definitely be one-shotting. Because, I don't know, I've been sniping a fair bit, man, and it just feels like, it's pretty weak.
Yeah.
Like, the amount of times, like, I hit a guy right center in the chest and I'm getting 60 to 80 damage. And that's just unrealistic. That's just not right. And then the fact that you have to do it with this dookie scope.
So I'm kind of cutting in here real quick because some people may not understand what he means by the crappy reticle. This reticle used to be really good, but now the reticle is enlarged. It's really hard to see the player's head. I'm going to put up on the screen here, on the left is going to be the reticle that is post-launch, right? And then the reticle on the right is going to be from the beta. And you can see a drastic difference in its size, how much visual, like, crap is in your way, makes it very hard to see things. But yeah, as you can see here, these are two drastically different sizes. And I'm not going to lie to you, that reticle makes it very hard to even see a player's head at 100 plus meters. Even like 85, it's a bit difficult to see due to how big this fucking red dot is. Like, what the fuck? It makes no sense. But anyway, I'm going to get back to letting him finish here.
For the first, like, 10 to 12 levels of your gun, which takes forever because of the way the leveling is in this game, it makes it very, very hard and tedious to want to keep sniping.
All right. I just want to quickly just declare that I'm not a recon guy. I'm mostly medic and assault, but if maybe I can give like a noob's perspective, I don't know, maybe
anything helps, homie.
Yeah, I'd say that I agree. Even though I'm not great at recon, I did hit shots where it should have been like a one-shot kill, like around the chest/heart area, where I know it should have been a one-shot kill. So I would like to, that, from sternum up, be like a one shot. And one other problem that I have is like the starting scope you get, the 6 times the reticle, is confusing because of the big red dot. It honestly is kind of distracting, and it just doesn't let me like have a good like point and accurate. If it was like a normal crosshair, it would have been so much easier to like hit my shots. But with the big dots, like, okay, I'm not even kidding. Where's like my precise point?
Yeah, for me, probably one shot should be around 25 to 50 meters. Anything longer than that should be a headshot for one shot. Body shouldn't be one shot. I think if you're playing hardcore, then one shot should be good up. But if you're playing regular, I think above 50 meters, I think it should be two shots of the body and one shot to the head.
Okay, so now we're including for the head, we're also including lethal areas like the where the heart is located. So like that part of the chest, like upper chest, not like abdomen area, not like central. We're talking upper and neck. So if you get shot in the neck, that would
that should be one headshot. Yeah, that should be pretty much a headshot. Yeah,
Yeah,
anything above pretty much your vest, pretty much anything from the neck all the way to your head, I think should be one shot.
Now, as you can see, a lot of people do agree with what I'm saying, right? The sniper should be one-shotting sternum and above. And obviously there are other people who disagreed, but I couldn't include everybody. But fundamentally, people agreed with the one-shot sternum and above, which is kind of where the armor plate sits, which getting shot in the chest, that armor plate will protect you, but you're gonna be hurt pretty bad. Can break some ribs, whatever the case is, like that's just how they work. But getting shot where the armor plate is not protecting you should be a kill. Obviously, granted, the arm, leg, obviously there are certain things, sure, you can survive. But granted, it should be one-shotting the head, neck, and upper chest shoulder level. Should be one-shotting. Everyone has agreed with that. You know, at the end of the day, I do understand that Battlefield itself is meant to be unbalanced. Yes, that's fine, but it's not meant to be unbalanced when it comes to realism and non-realism. They're completely two different things. For example, Squad, heavily realistic. It is a true milsim of a game, okay? That game is realistic to a degree, of course, but Battlefield is kind of losing a bit of its identity when it comes to realism and non-realism within the game. And it needs to be addressed. It needs to be looked over. But anyways, so now I want to talk about some of the ARs. Now, some of my issues with the ARs are a bit mainly more subjective. I feel like the AR drop-off damage should be at around 55 to 60 meters due to the fact of the NVO having a challenge that you have to get 100 long shots that are 50 meters. So that was really, really painful. I did do it in the portal mode because I do have stuff where, you know, you can boost your KD or you could boost, get challenges done and all that other stuff like that, which is nice. Definitely a lot easier to do specific challenges. And I did have a bit of an issue with the carbine. That was all for ARs, but my issues with the carbine is mainly the M4. The M4A1. That gun is way too strong. Way too strong. If I'm not getting killed by an M4A1, it's usually the SMGs, which I'm going to get into. SMGs need a way bigger damage drop off. I feel like 35 meters to maybe 40 meters is way more reasonable. Even then, that's being nice. It's an SMG. It's not meant to be used long range. It's meant to be used close quarters. That's what an SMG is for. It's not meant to be lasered like lasers like that. It's not real. I'm sorry. That's just ridiculous. Because what's the point of running an AR if an SMG has a faster fire rate and has all that damage range with it? There's no point of running an AR. It's not viable against an SMG. You're going to get outgunned at point blank range anyway, and it's fucking outgunning people at long range too. It's ridiculous. But I did hear that they're going to be nerfing that a little bit. I did hear. I don't know if it's true, but I think that they should. The shotgun definitely needs to be nerfed again. A little bit. Not crazy. Like, it should, like, at, like, 15 meters, it should not be doing as much damage. There are times where I'm getting insta-killed at 15 plus meters. Like, 17, 18 meters I'm getting shot at. Like, it is ridiculous. But really, that's my only issues with some of the other guns. I want to try to get into some maps, though, because some of the breakthrough maps are very heavy leveraged for the defenders. So my biggest issue currently is breakthrough. Now, with the Manhattan map where you spawn on the rock side, where you're pushing into where those buildings are, they have a lot of leverage, way too much. It makes the Liberation Peak leverage for Breakthrough look like child's play. There's not a lot of room, and there is not a lot of areas to push. It's very heavy leverage towards the defenders. Not a big fan out of that. Not a big fan of it. That's one of my issues with that map, and that's one of my biggest, and I'm only going to address that because season 1 is coming soon, and I will be doing hopefully a video on that, you know, like a month after its release, after everything, you know, gets released and I get to use a majority of the stuff. It takes time, but that's one of my bigger issues is with that map. And then I also want to talk about the Red Sands map. I hate that map. Not a lot of leverage, not a lot of area, and the oil map, everything is just very bright, very, very, very bright. They need to tone down some of that lens flare on the sun. They need to tone down a lot of that brightness. Maybe add some subsurface scattering that's by default, that kind of lights up more of the environment so you can see a bit more in darker areas, or not be blinded by the sun when you walk outside. You know, it's like Cyberpunk where you exit the tunnel and it's like your eyes are adjusting and you're just beamed with light and you can't see anything. But other than that, I mean, those are my only issues right now. But anyway, other than that, I love the game so far. The game looks good. The sounds are so crisp. They're so clean. I'm in love with them, you know, and at the end of the day, we've waited 6 to 7 years for something good. Call of Duty's been giving us garbage and feeding us the biggest pile of shit at the end of the year, at the end of every year. And you know what? I will be making a video on Call of Duty soon, but I'm slowly kind of getting away from Call of Duty to escape that fucking shit stain of a game and a corporate company. I do not wish to promote their game at all, anymore, especially. But other than that, the game is good. Other than its little tweaks, the game is good. I enjoy it. So, thank you guys so much for watching. I am out of time, so I hope you guys enjoyed. Remember to like and subscribe. It helps me push out more content more frequently. And thank you guys. I appreciate you guys for watching.